Hey guys, welcome to Everyday Home Ec. This is our first episode. It's going to be going over finances. I am your host, and my name is quite frankly unimportant. So, I don't know about you, but as a human being, I tend to hemorrhage funds. And that's something you'll see here in a moment. So, what I did is I decided to bite the bullet, grab a glass of wine, print out all my bank statements, and I highlight it through in different categories between eating out, grocery bills, and just random stuff. So that's what we're about to do right now, is just go through and highlight the rest of my bills. And what I want to encourage you to do is do this along with me so that this isn't just a lesson for me, but this is something that you actually learn to do also. I've gone through all of my cards and all of my accounts and calculated all of what I've spent on restaurant stuff, bills, cash, groceries, credit cards, as well as other fees. So, grand total of what I spent last month in restaurants is $242.62. On stuff in general, that's including trips to Ross, trips to Home Goods, trips to Joann's Fabric, I spent $852.32 in the month of September. On groceries, I spent $235.14. That doesn't seem like a lot of money, honestly. I'm sure other single people go through way more than that in a month. Frankly, I don't need to spend much more than $100. In cash last month, I spent $260. I'm sorry, $280, and that's unaccounted for. I have no idea where that money went. It just kind of went. I paid $204 in fees. So those fees are overdraft fees. I ran out of money and I kept spending, and that was a bad life choice. Bills in general are going to be the biggest category here because that is where most of my money goes. So my bills take up a whopping $70.93. The reason I'm not adding my credit card in there because I don't want to double dip on it. I do pay my credit cards off every month. So if I've accounted for it in the Chase or Capital One column, then it's already been accounted for. Only thing that's not in here is gas. In the month of September, I spent $4,365.07. So there are a few things that went into this. Of course, I had my bills, which is the biggest part of it. Last month, I did have to double dip on my car insurance note because I did have to. I changed insurance companies for a lower rate. So I paid the original rate, and then once I switched insurance companies, I paid their rate again. So I paid about almost $600 in insurance last month. A few other bills, I did have to catch up on a few. As I said, I will tell you right now, I'm not responsible. I tend to hemorrhage money. So my bills were 56% of my income last month, which is significantly higher than I would ever like it to be. If you can look, you can see there's no savings and just way more than I need to spend. So I spent 5% of my income on bank fees, and that was just honestly unnecessary that I spent that money on bank fees. There's no reason for me to have to overdraw my account. I make a good enough living that that should never, ever happen. I spent 7% of my income in cash. Again, I don't know where that money went or um, what it went to pay. It just is poof through my fingers gone. I spent 5% of my expenditures on groceries. Again, that's not bad. I can honestly trim it. It's just it's not that bad, but I can pull money from that. I know I can. I spent 20% of my income on stuff. I can't even tell you what that stuff is. So is it really adding to my life? Probably not. I mean, it just is or was wherever it was. And last but not least, I spend about 5% of my income on restaurants. Again, not a bad number by any stretch of the imagination. It's just somewhere I know I can pull back in. So yeah, that's where we are. This was an enlightening process. It was painful, but it was enlightening. I highly recommend that anybody who wants to get their finances back together, go ahead and take this first step. There's a challenge at the end. This is a challenge. Print out your bank statements and start calculating what you spent your money on. All right, homies, that's all she wrote, literally. Come back next week. We're going to go ahead and go through my November budget as well as do a money envelope stuffing so you can see what kind of money I'm allocating to spend every week or every month. Thank you so much for coming by. Comment below, subscribe, like, and share my content. I'm so excited to be here and have this platform so that we can all get to a point where we understand what's going on with our lives and we can start adulting comfortably. I'll talk to you next week, guys. Bye.